What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 32. Turn the camera there. Wow, man. We went out garage sale. I sent out a package and then started hitting the garage sales, and it just seemed like I was coming up with zeros, man. I was always kind of like behind somebody, and sure as shit, about 10 o'clock or so, I rolled up to a garage sale. The guy had some games before. I've gone to his garage sales before, and he had 3 like children's DS games, you know, like Littlest Pet Shop or Dogs and stuff like that. He only wanted $2 a piece for them. But I asked him, I said, hey man, do you have any other video game stuff you want to sell? And he said, yeah, I had a whole bunch of those DS games, but somebody's bought them already. And I said, well, how long ago was he? He said, I don't know, like 5 minutes. There were some more garage sales down the street. I didn't even bother. I just turned around, decided to change strategy. Went to Half Price Books. They were having a 20% off sale. Thank you very much, Bayou Boy Entertainment. Appreciate the tip, man. Unfortunately, I hit up 2 Half Price Books, and they just didn't really have anything that interests me. And it's kind of weird, like the stuff last week that I would have bought at 20% off wasn't on the shelf anymore. So somebody either bought them, or Half Price Books is trying to bamboozle the nation by holding back all the really expensive stuff. And, you know, they're going to put it out maybe next week when the sale's over. They'll put it back on the shelf. So maybe Bayou Boy Entertainment can tell you what he found or didn't find. And maybe he kind of thinks what I'm thinking, like if it didn't sell, they kind of pulled it off the shelf, you know, to save it. So, yeah. So I decided, you know, I'm not going to hit any more garage sales. I'm just going to run around the Thrift. Saw there in the video that went to a thrift store. They had some Nintendo games. They were $3.93 a piece. But it was like football and tennis and just like games that I didn't have and I didn't have any interest in. I'm not paying $4 for them. So, yeah, I just left them. The one game was Ultima, which I probably should have bought that just for like trade. But I'm not an Ultima guy and I don't know what to do with it. So I just left it. We did find a very cool accessory. This is the mobile monitor LCD screen for the GameCube. Now, if you're not familiar with this bad boy, it just plops right down on your GameCube and it folds right up. And you turn that bad boy on and your GameCube will play right on this little screen, which is completely awesome. You can see there, you guys are familiar with that little guy right there. Plugs into the AV port on your GameCube. This is an actual 12-volt power supply, like DC adapter, AC adapter, DC adapter. I don't know, hell's bells. It didn't come with one, but I used the one for my laptop, my Toshiba laptop, and I plugged it in, and the screen powered on, but I was unable to get the display to work properly. So I may have to learn how to take that apart and maybe clean it or fix it. So I see that. I definitely want that. And then I'm looking at their games because they've got them, you know, sideways. And I see that sticking up vertically from behind the games. So I just immediately told the lady, I want to see that right there. So she pulled the sleeve out, and sure as shit, for $3.50 was a GameCube player disc with the manual there. And the disc is in mint condition. It doesn't even look like it's been used. There's actually like a cardboard slipcover that goes on this. I've never found that. This is actually an amazing find for me because I have 3 Game Boy players and I only have 2 Game Boy player discs. Now I say only because I'm very lucky to have that. You know, I shouldn't say it like that, but these discs are getting expensive. Like 2 years ago I bought one for my son. It was shipped, you know, $28 I think is what it would cost shipped. Now you look on eBay, these things sell for like $40 for just a disc. So I have now 3 of those, and I'm very fortunate, but I don't want 3 of those in my collection. So I will probably bundle this up with a Game Boy player, and I don't know if I want to trade it or sell it, or I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll find a way to get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I can say about that. Definitely very fortunate to find that. Yeah, you guys saw in that second portion of the video there, we hit up a thrift store. They had a bunch of PlayStation 2 games, a bunch of Xbox games, all overpriced shitty sports games and nonsense racing games that they want like between $6.99 and $8.99 for. That's what they're charging for Tiger Woods 2004, $8.99. Those games are going to sit there a long time. However, again, this is like, now it's like 10:30 in the morning. I look on the top shelf and I see those 5, 6 GameCube games up there. So for $4.99, for $5, picked up Namco Museum. It is complete. Now I've got Namco Museum for the PlayStation 2, so I'll probably ditch that. I definitely want to keep this copy of it. Like I said, definitely happy to have it. I love playing like Pac-Man and that kind of stuff. So those old arcade games. Game that I'm really happy to have. $4.99 for $5. Picked up a copy of Mario Party 5, and that one is also complete with the manual. Yeah, so I need Mario Party 4 and Mario Party 6. Those are the last 2 Mario Party games I need. Again, very fortunate to find these games because at 10:30 on a Friday, these games probably wouldn't have been there much longer. The Legend of Zelda: The Twilight Princess. $5, man. It's crazy. That one is complete. Now, this is a double for me as well. I've got a copy right there. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with Twilight Princess. So I'll probably end up trading it or selling it. I don't know. But I wasn't going to leave it there, that's for sure. Especially after the day I had, which was complete bullshit. Not finding anything. Now, this is the game that I wanted the most. And it was $1 cheaper. It was $4. It was $3.99. I've been looking for a copy of this for a very long time. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, the promotional disc, the old not for resale. If you're not familiar with this, it's got Zelda, Zelda 2, which is my favorite Zelda game, The Adventures of Link. It's got Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time on it. And that one is also complete and in very good shape. Now, what's crazy about this game is at the Atari Group, which was in the last video, we went to the World's Smallest Video Game Convention. There was a vendor there, and he had this game for $50. And he was at the Corks convention. He had it for $50 there. And I was going to bring that up. I was going to use that as a pitch. Like, hey, man, you've had this for like 3 months now. You got it at $50. I was going to offer him $40 for it, which is about what it's going for. But I just never did. We got kind of bored and we just kind of left. So I never got back to his table, which is crazy. But, yeah, so to find this, you know, a week later or 2 weeks later or whatever, is definitely awesome. I'm really curious to see how The Adventure of Link, Zelda 2, was ported over to the GameCube, whether it was you know, like just a direct port of the NES cart, or if you know, if they jazzed it up a little bit. I don't really know a lot about this disc, but I knew I wanted to get it, so definitely excited to have that. Guys, that is it. We're going to take a break. We are going to try and hit up some more thrift stores this week. Maybe hit up some garage sales. This upcoming week, I'm actually off on Saturday night because I've got training the next week, and the way it works out, they only want you to have like 40 hours per work week. It's nonsense, work stuff. But yeah, so we'll be back, and hopefully we can find some more awesome GameCube stuff. What's going on, guys? We are back. Kind of slacked off today. Sorry, I apologize. I really only hit like 5 thrift stores. My whole goal in going out today was to get a couple pair of pants and a couple shirts and stuff like that. But yeah, I skipped all the retail stores. I skipped half price books. I skipped, you know, a couple thrift stores I would normally go to. So yeah, we did find some games though. We did okay. I think we did okay. $8. I got this at the thrift store that I picked up. The GameCube monitor and the extra Game Boy player disc. $8, like I said. Mario 64. Really good shape. Back label is intact. Now, $8 for Nintendo 64 games is probably going to be about my limit. Because the last couple Mario 64s that I've had, I've actually cleaned them up, put them on Craigslist, and flipped them within a week or two for $25. That's cash in hand, you know. Can't beat that. But Buyback sells that for $34.99, and I think like VGMX sells it for $30. So I don't have to be the cheapest. I just have to undercut those guys, you know. Next pick up went to the Goodwill. It's where I got my pants and my shirts at and stuff like that. But right there on the counter, before they could even put it away, there were 2 Wii games. One was Bakugan, was missing the manual. I wouldn't pick that up anyway. But the other game, Mario Kart Wii, always a delight to find, complete with the manual. And, you know, yellow tag, that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but to me that means $1.99. So, yeah, picked up 2 great Mario games for $10. So, we'll see if we can find anything at the yard sales this week. So, stick around. What is going on, guys? We may have a beat on some games. Saw a garage sale posted for today. Today is Friday, the 11th of September. And they just said they had video games. I asked them what kind of games they had. She said they had Wii games and GameCube games. They sent me a picture of the GameCube lot. I asked them how much she wanted for the whole thing. She shot me a price. And the price was definitely right for this lot. So I'm going to try and pick them up right now. My biggest fear is that, you know, somebody's going to get there 2 seconds before I get there and snipe them. Now, she said she put them aside, so she's going to hold them for me. But, yeah, we'll see how this goes, man. This could be a pretty nice score. All right, guys. Just left that yard sale. I'm glad I showed up early. You know, the guy told me to be there at 9 a.m. exactly. But I figured that they would have, you know, some setup time. They need time to put stuff out and price stuff. So I showed up at like 8:30. And I rolled up and I see this guy and he shoots me this look. And, you know, he's carrying 2 Wii games. So I know that, you know, he's there to snipe the games and poach my games. So I get out, introduce myself to the lady. She's a real nice lady, nice guy too. It's a, you know, couple's yard sale. And, you know, told her, hey, I'm Chris. I, you know, sent you an email. You're holding some GameCube stuff for me. And, yeah, so she runs in the house and she brings it out. It's a great stack of games. Check it out. All those games right there. We'll get into them when we get back to the game room. But, yeah, I could just feel the heat coming off this guy's eyes, you know, as he was, like, checking out the stack. You know, when I opened the games to make sure that they were all there, he was, like, hanging around, like, trying to see what he missed, looking in there, see if the manuals were in there. She was nice enough to throw in those 2 controllers, and I ended up buying another Wii game. I saw a DS case there. I don't know, it must have been amateur hour for him, because that DS case right there does not have a DS in it. I asked her how much she wanted for it. She said $10, and there's actually 3 games in there. I said, hey, there's a couple games in here. How much you want for the whole thing? She said $10, so I gave her an extra 10. But yeah, we'll check those out when we get back to the game room. It's Friday. It's 8:55 in the morning, so you know we're gonna hit up some more garage sales. We're definitely gonna tag them thrift stores and see if we can pick up some more stuff today. So, all right, guys, I will see y'all back at the game room. All right, guys, we gotta get into this thrift store here real quick. I just left the thrift store across the street, and as I was pulling out, I saw the same guy that was at that garage sale pulling in. So it's only gonna be about 2 minutes before he realizes that place doesn't have any games, and then he comes over here. So. Yeah, we're trying to get on it today. I'm trying to find some good stuff. Look, when you get a second, can I look at the games, please? Yeah, every time I gotta ask. All right, we'll see if we can find anything here, man. This looks promising. How are you? What is going on, guys? We are back. Welcome to the final part of the video, man. We picked up some pretty good stuff so far, so I'll just show this, we'll cut it, and we'll move on to the next one. But yeah, so you know, you guys kind of saw in the videos there, the buffer videos, that there was a posting on Craigslist for a garage sale. It was only like 2 or 3 lines long, and it did mention video games. So I emailed them, and typically I never get email responses back. But, you know, I just said, hey, what kind of games do you have? I collect everything from Nintendo to, you know, PlayStation 2 and that kind of thing. And he's like, well, we got Wii and we got GameCube games. And I said, you know, I'd definitely be interested in the GameCube games. He said, you know, I'll send you a picture later. I said, you know, can I come over and pick them up today? And he was like, no, the sale's not until tomorrow at 9. I said, okay, I get off work, you know, at 7 a.m. What's the earliest I could be at your sale? And he said 9 a.m. But I just had this feeling, right? Like later that day, he said, I'll send you a list of the titles. And I said, well, why don't you just go ahead and it'd be faster maybe if you just shoot a picture of it and then text it to me. That might be the easiest thing to do. And he did. So I emailed him and said, how much do you want for everything? And he said, $25, which was a great price. So I said, heck yeah, put it aside. I'll be there right at 9 a.m. And everything. So I went to work last night, and during one of my breaks, I checked the posting again just to get the address down, and he had posted the pictures that he sent me on the Craigslist posting, and they weren't there before. So I knew that was like a beacon for every game hunter in that area, you know, to go to that sale or email or whatever. So I was just hoping that, you know, they would, you know, put my games aside or put them in the house and stuff so nobody else could get them. Now he said, you know, be there at 9 a.m., which that's fine, no big deal. But I just had this feeling like all night, like I need to get there early. And 8:30, I roll up. There's cars in the driveway. They got stuff in their front yard. People are walking around. Purchases are being made. And I'm like, shit, I'm too late. So I pull in the driveway. And as I'm pulling in, I notice a dude standing at a table. And he's holding like 2 Wii games. And he gives me this look, like this real hard-ass look. And I was like, I just got off work. Is Chris Miller going to have to slap a bitch? I didn't know what was going to go down. But I got out, I told him, I said, hey, I'll be driving a silver Toyota. I'll be the tall white guy wearing the Nintendo shirt. And when you wear this stuff, the thrift stores and garage sales and yard sales, when you wear, you know, stuff like that, Nintendo brand stuff, everybody there, you have now announced your intentions, right? So everybody in there knows exactly what you're doing. You know, the stealth factor is gone. The solid snake factor is out the window. So I walked up to the lady, and she was really nice. And I said, hey, I'm Chris Miller. I emailed you about the GameCube games. And yeah, so she goes, yeah, I got them in the house. So she comes out of the house with this stack of GameCube games. And this guy's just eyeballing me the whole time. He's looking at me. He's looking at the stack of games. He's like trying to like stand like across the table, like right across the table. So I'm talking to this lady, and you know, I'm opening the games to make sure that they're all there, if they got the manuals and that kind of stuff. And he's just like giving me the eye. So we'll get to that last, but we got some other stuff to show. I got some other stuff to show. So, you know, I hit some yard sales, didn't find anything. Went to this thrift store. They're across the street from each other. So I go into the first thrift store, and as I'm coming out, he's coming like down the road, and he turns into the first thrift store, and I see him, but he doesn't see me, and he continues on to the thrift store that I just got out of that didn't have anything. So that second part of the video, that buffer video where we went into the thrift store, yeah, we got there a little bit before him. So let's get into it. You guys saw it. Picked up. They had a bunch of different games, man. They had a couple PSP games, PlayStation 2 games, stuff like that, but nothing that I was interested in. They had, this is interesting, Aladdin for the Sega Genesis. They wanted $2.50 for that. It looks like it was, they were going to make it like $7 or something, but $2.50. And this has some kind of seal on it. Now, this is not a factory seal, and I did not open this. God only knows what's in here. Like, somebody could have tried to pawn this off at a flea market as Aladdin, you know, and there could be a copy of NHL or something in there. So we're gonna do an unboxing, I guess, right here. So we're gonna open this up. We're gonna actually see if it's in there. As this isn't a factory seal, it does not matter. Oh wait, it has an H seam. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're gonna take a look. And we got Aladdin. Wow, that is a nice looking cartridge. What else we got? We got, there's the manual. We got the What is this? Oh, it looks like a flyer for the movie. And we got a Sonic. Oh, this looks like a poster of some kind. Throw that in there. The inside is nice and clean. And there is the cartridge. Pretty nice label. Looks like it's starting to bubble up right there. Not that big of a deal. But other than that, really nice cartridge. So that's a pretty good find there for $2.50. Because I think this game goes for like 14 bucks or something. So we'll throw all that back in there. Whew. That could have been disastrous, man. That could have been anything. You know what I mean? Like, that could have been NHL 93. Or that could have been, you know, Musha. Never know. But $2.50, picked up a copy of Aladdin complete in box. You don't actually pick up that many Genesis games. So, yeah, we'll throw that up there. No big deal. Stopped at a Goodwill, a new Goodwill in my area. They really didn't have anything, but I did find Mega Man X7 for $1.91 plus tax. Now, this case is in absolute crap condition. The disc, no manual. So, yeah, that game still goes for like 14 bucks or something, I think. We'll throw that one up there. All right. Yeah, so I'll probably just trade or sell that Mega Man game because I already have it. So, yeah, so I'm at this sale, and she brings out the stack of games, and she had mentioned that they had some controllers. And I said, yeah, I definitely want the controllers. So, we hooked up a deal for that, but I saw this sitting on the table, Nintendo DS. Now, the guy had a DS in his hand, and I think she had like 25 bucks or something on it, and he poached out the DS for 10 bucks. It was one of the older DSs, like the DS Fats, I don't know, one of the first DSs, and he left this on the table. So, I don't know why, but I get curious, and you should too. You're already standing there. You might as well check out these cases. So I open it up, and there's nothing in there. These things have these little Velcro things. So I open it up, and on the inside was a copy of Spyro 2 for the Game Boy Advance, WarioWare Inc. for the Game Boy Advance, and the best game in the lot right there was The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, 4 Swords, and all these are in really great shape. This stuff was all adult owned. So, yeah, I don't know why he didn't pick those up, but I got the case and those games for 10 bucks. Zelda's definitely worth it. I would have paid, you know, if I saw those at Goodwill for $2.99, this is my logic, I would have bought them, and that would have been $10. So, yeah. So, she wanted $25 for this stack of GameCube games, and then I asked her about a Wii game, and then what she wanted for the controllers, and she said, how about 30 bucks for the whole shebang, for everything? And I couldn't get 30 bucks out of my wallet fast enough, guys. So the Wii game that I picked up that he completely missed out on was Animal Crossing City Folk. That is complete with the manual. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not really an Animal Crossing guy, but it was cheap enough. I might add it to the collection, actually. The 2 GameCube controllers. Now, they're a little dirty, but there was a indigo one, and then a surprise to see a spice orange one. Pretty good. They're in pretty good condition. They're actually in really good condition. Like I said, they were adult owned. So all they're going to just require is me to take them apart and clean them up, and they'll be good as new. All right, so let's get to the GameCube games that we picked up. Okay, so the first game did not have a manual. There are 2 games that didn't have the manual. First one was Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. No manual. But I have that game complete, so, you know, I don't know. It'd be up for trade or sale or something. I don't know. And then the other game that did not have the manual was The Sims. Again, no manual. I gotta start getting these games closer. I stand so far back. Alright, definitely cool to see some of these games I didn't have. So we get to add them to the collection for cheap. First one was Finding Nemo. Complete with the manual. Now the Game Boy Advance Finding Nemo game actually is not that bad. So I would definitely recommend that. A game I didn't have, but the kids will love. I guarantee it. Disney Party. That's Got a bunch of mini games and stuff. Looks like Mario Party, or yeah, Mario Party kind of game. But that one is also complete. So I'll add that to the collection. We've got Super Monkey Ball 1. Complete. And of course, Super Monkey Ball 2. That one is also complete. I've got both the Monkey Ball games, so I don't know what we're going to do with those. I mean, we'll probably just flip them real quick. Another game I already have. It's kind of funny. Spyro the Dragon, Enter the Dragonfly. Yeah, that one's complete. But this is a player's choice, and I already have the player's choice. So if this was a black label, I would have upgraded for sure. But yeah. All right, now the last three games. These are definitely the best games in the lot, in my opinion. The first one is Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Unfortunately, that one's a player's choice, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. That one is also complete with the manual. Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Sunshine. Definitely happy to find this copy. I actually don't find this a lot. I find Smash Brothers more than I find this, believe it or not. That one is complete. I think this is only like the second or third one that I found. I found like 4 or 5 copies of Smash Bros. And the last game, the game that I was really excited to add to my collection, Mario Party 6. That one is also complete with the manual. So, guys, $30 for those GameCube games, and then, you know, $5 for Animal Crossing and those Game Boy Advance games for a total of $40. Throw in the 2 controllers, don't forget those. I think that was a pretty good deal. And yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It was awesome. Good score today. Good lick, as they say. Good lick. We're going to hold off. We might go to some garage sales tomorrow. If not, we're going to hit our subscribers, which is what we always do. So, all right, guys, just for shits and giggles, I went to the thrift store today. Didn't find anything. Stopped by buybacks. It, you know, 10 cases for $1 or whatever. So I ended up just picking them up. And I know I said it before, but I pick up these DS cases so I can put my Game Boy Advance games in. We did print out the covers for Zelda, WarioWare, and Spyro the Dragon. So we will get those in there ASAP. Last thing we always do, give a shout out to our new subscribers. So guys, thank you very much for subscribing. The first batch, Negative Creep, Olivia Coulson, hope I said that right, and Phoenix Kaiden. Thank you guys again very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. The next set, these guys all have, or girls all have, YouTube channels, so the links will be in the description. First one is Egyptiangamescollector. Has a couple videos up, collection videos, obviously. Explosive Monkey, awesome name. Has like UFC fight videos, like gameplay, stuff like that. It's kind of neat. Retro Survival collection and pickup videos. Arlene, I know I'm gonna mess this up, and I'm very sorry. Arlene Anonuevo does like makeup and cosmetics and things like that. The Highlander, Minecraft, pickup videos, and then like high score challenge videos and things like that. Retro Chef does pickup videos, and last, Asian Sleepy does pickup videos, collection videos, and that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Man, we picked up a lot of GameCube stuff this week. Cannot be unhappy with that. So, yeah, see you next time, guys.